YouTube, I'm back here with another video on how to build a second brain. In this video, I'll show you how to take highlights from a book or article, turn that into a literature note, and then start populating your second brain. Let's get right into it. I've been using Logseq for my knowledge management system. Logseq is an open source free web app. They also have a desktop app. If you want to check out how to get started with your second brain on Logseq, check out my video up in the corner. In this video, I'll be going through my method of creating literature notes from the highlights. Stick through to the end and I'll show you a neat trick on how to add metadata to your notes in a quick way using templates in Logseq. Let's jump right in. When you're reading a book and making highlights, ask yourself a couple of questions. Do I agree or disagree with a statement? Can I use the idea in this passage in my own life or my own work? And does this view conflict with what I've previously come to believe? You'll notice that it will make you really focused on highlighting the passages that are important for your thinking. Another tip is to get used to writing comments when you make a highlight. So when you're going through the highlights later on, you'll be able to better remember why you highlighted that specific passage and what feelings or thoughts came up at the time. It also helps you to really think about the highlight instead of mindlessly just highlighting. Export the highlights from Kindle using the Kindle desktop app or through Readwise, which automatically syncs your highlights from Kindle to various note-taking apps. I use a combination of Readwise and Notion as it organizes the books and highlights in a way that removes friction when it comes to taking notes. If you have a Logseq desktop app, you can also import highlights directly into Logseq from Readwise. This is a new feature, by the way. Readwise is a paid app, but it's really powerful as it gathers all your highlights through its amazing integrations. Highly recommend it if you enjoy reading and make a ton of highlights. One tip I found useful was highlighting your highlights. Go through your book highlights and highlight the most significant points. This helps to identify the most essential points for your second brain. It might have been a while since you read the passages in the book, and it also helps to reset the mind into the topic you're reviewing. Literature notes are meant to be a summary in your own words of the arguments that affect your thinking in the most substantial way. I create a new page for the literature notes and identify the main points or themes from the book. I use these themes as titles and begin writing up the concepts in my own words as much as possible. Also, I suggest just to remember to focus on the writing part, leave organizing the notes for a later stage if it really is slowing you down. You might notice that you are also adding ideas throughout your highlights into these different baskets. Don't worry if you can't come up with titles, this is only to better visualize the main ideas abstracted from a book. Now that you have a page of self-authored notes, you can start creating your permanent notes. I usually leave adding meta information towards the end to remove any friction on actually starting writing your notes. But to make it easier, I've created a meta template. I add all my templates into a separate page to better access and make changes to them later on if necessary. In Logseq, you can create any block into a template. Just create the block you want to use as a template, right-click on the bullet and make into template. Name the template. Then just use the / command and search for the template you just made and choose it. And now you can start adding metadata to your notes. If you want to better retain knowledge from books that you read, this workflow will help you with your thinking and your writing. But remember, if you're just starting out, just start making notes. Remove all the friction, just start writing. You can figure out the ins and outs of the system as you go along. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it useful, click like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.